Let's take a look at the chart action for Bitcoin. All right, so here's what we're looking at. We're on the daily time frame right now, and we have a bottom, bottom, top, top. Those are the points that I'm kind of looking at right now. Let's go ahead and draw some trend lines from this bottom to this bottom, going up like this. We're in an uptrend. We're bouncing like this. And then we also have this top right here and this top right here. Let's go ahead and draw a top. So like I said, we're on the daily time frame right now, and in my opinion, it kind of looks like a rising wedge, which usually is a bearish pattern. We got this rising trend right here, and if we break this going to the downside, then we could expect to look at this spot right here, or maybe this spot right here, or even possibly this bottom down here. And these levels that I just mentioned, if we break this trend right here going to the downside, then I'll be looking at this spot right here and this one right here. And these ones, these price levels will be something around 21,116. And then we also have another one down here at around 19,256. If it keeps going, we might even be looking at this bottom one down here, this spot over here, sitting around 17,631. Now, we haven't broken this trend line going to the downside quite yet, so it's still possible. We're still in this pattern right here, and until we break to the upside or to the downside, then we're not 100% sure. It's possible that we get a bounce right here and continue to head up and break through going to the upside. If we break this top line right here going to the upside, then what I would do is target from the top to the bottom of the wedge, drag this to the breakout, wherever this breaks out, maybe something like that, and we could possibly be looking at 27,145. So until we break to the upside, to the downside, we're not really sure. We're bouncing in between these two trend lines, but like I said, it kind of looks like a rising wedge, and a rising wedge usually breaks to the downside. The other thing I've been looking at is if we zoom out a little bit more, let's go ahead and delete everything. We'll take a big look at the big chart, and we're still on the daily time frame. I'm looking at this top right here and this top right here. Let's go ahead and draw a trend line going to the downside, something like this. So in my opinion, until we break this downtrend going to the upside, then we're still looking kind of bearish technically. We also had another one, something like this, where there was this top, 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 or yeah, at least we got these points of rejection pushing us to the downside, 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 and we had another trend line, maybe something like this, but we actually did break this first trend line going to the upside right there. And like I was saying, we have a little uptrend right now, something like this. So I don't know, it just depends on how you look at it, but in my opinion, I'm looking at this little rising wedge, something like that, and I'm waiting for a break in this line or in this line. Let's see what happens. If we go into a smaller time frame, let's go to the 4-hour time frame and delete everything again. I've been watching these trends. We had one something like this, broke that going to the downside. Then I started watching the downtrend, something like this. Then we broke this downtrend going to the upside. Then we had a uptrend, something like this, and then we broke this going to the downside. So in the smaller time frame, in the 4-hour time frame, we are in this little downtrend right here. And what I'm paying attention to now on the 4-hour is something like this. So if we break this downtrend going to the upside, then maybe we can start looking at the top, or we could start looking at this line right here. Let's bring back that rising wedge. It's possible if we break this downtrend going to the upside, maybe we'll come back up and hit this trend line over here, maybe somewhere around 24,800 approximately. So yeah, those are what I've been looking at. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys liked the video, hit that thumbs up. See you in the next one.